welcome back to another video. We are at the racetrack once again. We're only doing 8th mile tonight, but I want to go ahead and show you guys what's going on and kind of go over a couple updates we did. We're at Worldwide Technology Raceway. DA is still up in the 2500 range. However, we got our nice 80-degree day out, so hopefully we'll get some better air temps at least. And yeah, if you guys weren't tracking, put the ice tank in. I did find out I undersized the fuse, so the pump cut out for a while. 25 amps is what you need, and that's what I put in. So we should be good there. We downsized the 2.6 pulley after all. And when I tested it, I was seeing 17 PSI on the dot, which is what we originally were at back with much better DA with the 2.8. So not too shabby, pretty happy about that. Other than that, nothing really has changed. So we got our ice chest right here all filled up. I'm gonna go ahead and ice down the car, hop in the staging lanes, kind of see what happens. Tossed our boost tank in there, so should be good. I did talk to the tuner about pulling down and sent him a revision or a log, and said aside from IATs being a little high because we had the blown fuse, everything looked good. So pretty happy with that. We saw 17.5 degrees of timing. Might see a little more tonight with the with the ice and cooler temps, so that's why we're running boost tank just to be safe. But yeah, there we have it. So let's go ahead and drain this thing out. I'm gonna fill it up. All right, so I went ahead and drained out the tank. Got old girl packed up with ice in here. Water's nice and cold. I guess we're gonna find out how much of a difference it really makes. So I'm pretty excited. Drain worked out great. I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, but they're also only running 8th mile tonight. So good chance to work in a launch, and pretty much running out 3rd gear. See how it goes. Let's go and hop in the lanes. Well, we're in the staging lanes. This is exactly why I bought an ice tank. So been sitting here roughly an hour now. Someone oiled down the track. I don't know if they got wrecked or crashed. If you see this, sucks to suck. But yeah, so now we're just waiting. Well, looks like we're finally moving along. See how you do. One downside is you got to make sure to turn on the intercooler pump. That's now a manual thing. Missed a gear. Just get out of it. Well, that sucked. Missed second as usual, so no good there, unfortunately. IAT2s are 111 though, but it wasn't a full run, so anybody's guess as to what happened there. I think we really got to get this trans thing figured out. That's the next big thing, because like that was just, yeah, not great. So we'll see. I guess maybe we can get a 60 foot out of that. That's really about it. So I'll see if we can go back to the pits. All right, so we did a 169 60 foot, and that's about all she wrote. So pretty much what happened. Second gear, I'm pretty sure it's done on this car. In terms of speed shifting, it still goes in all right, but either the clutch is messed up or something else. I'm gonna do the rest of the run because it's not bad enough that it's like done. I would like to at least get a better, well, another time. But yeah, so 169 60 foot. And then what really threw me is when I did the burnout, I was confused as to why it felt weird, and it's because I accidentally did it in 1st gear. So yeah, go figure. Didn't get enough wheel speed, couldn't get a good burnout. I was like, just felt off, so I kind of psyched myself out. But yeah, missed second, straight to the limiter, woohoo. And yeah, so we're gonna go re-ice down, try this again. I'm gonna pull up the log and see what IATs were. Guarantee they're pretty low, but we'll just see. All right, so we absolutely boogered the crap out of that last run like you saw. Re-ice down, back in the staging lanes, and we just moved up a little bit, so we should be running pretty soon here. Just wanted to get a little prep to see what happens. Just, yeah, gotta be recovering at that 1-2, I guess. Just very, very frustrating. But let's see what she does. Temps wise though, started at 111, started at 116, dropped down to 111, and then, well, that was the end of the run. But way huge improvement from before. We were starting at around almost 130. It was like 127, 128, and then it would drop down a little bit and then creep back up to the 130s by the end of the run. So pretty sweet. Kind of see what happens, I guess. So boogered the launch a little bit, but definitely got a good, better pass in. I saw a 7.6 at 97, I think. So the pass as we get back to pits. All right, so did a 7.6 at 97 mile an hour. Completely bogged the launch. You saw it dropped all the 900 RPM. I don't know what it is today. I am just not in a great headspace or what. I'm just having problems, but it is what it is. So on the bright side, I was looking at the log, and yeah, RPM dropped to 900. My throttle basically, like, instead of trading off quick or at the same time a little bit, I like totally dropped the clutch and then hit the throttle, and it just, no, not good. So that sucked. We gotta get some work on that. I don't know what's going on, but it is what it is. It's not a great day. As far as temps are concerned, so the ice tank's doing its work. It doesn't do so hot pulling through third gear. It started, so looking at the graph, we started at 114 for staging, and then at the launch it was 107. At the top of first gear we had a lowest temperature of 101 degrees, and then it started coming up, and at the very top of third we are at 122, which honestly isn't bad at all. Keeping below 130 is the goal, and it's doing that. So yeah, there we are, and I don't see it getting any better necessarily where we are. I have to look at the video to see what kind of boost we're making, but it doesn't really matter. She's making power, the ET's there, it's just that 60 foot is killer. So we've really got to, I need to just get more practice, I don't know. So that's pretty much that for this run. I'm gonna re-ice down, maybe 1 or 2 more runs, I don't know. To be honest, I'm just not really feeling the day. It's just not having the results I'm hoping for, but we're gonna keep going. All right, so we are back in line for our next run, and gotta work on our launch, guys. It's just, I am being absolute trash today. Dropping the clutch, not revving it up properly, just all over the place. Let's see if we can pull it together this next run and see what happens. Alright, so just looked at that one. That was 7.4 at 98 with a 1.7 60 foot. Something is going on with either the water pump or something. But so we had starting temps off at 118, launched, dropping a little bit down, low 114, so we got down to 114. They started coming back up, about equal. All right, fine, 120. So we were at 120 at the top of second, shifting to the third, and then they just skyrocket. 26, 20, 30, 33, 36. By the top of third gear, we have no timing, and it's at 136 IAT2. That's not good. So I'm not entirely sure what's going on, but gotta sort some stuff out maybe. All right, guys, so I don't know if I goofed or if I used poor quality wire, but I just got done messing around looking at the pump, and you can see where that wire is now twisted together by itself. So it was smoking from right there. So you can see how they're all discolored now. Not ideal. So it seems to be doing all right now, but I'm obviously not gonna run like this. I'm gonna turn it back off a little bit. I'm just kind of testing it to see if it gets super hot again. But we can take a multimeter, check out the pump, make sure that's okay. I might have to rewire this and use butt connectors or something else. I kind of cheaped out, got lazy, and used just shrink wrap. So might have been a poor choice. I guess we'll see how this goes, but it looks like we're actually getting pretty decent flow too. I don't know if it was that decent before. So I'm wondering if that's kind of been our culprit. Not good. But yeah, feeling the wires like it's a little warm. Definitely a little warmth to it, but it doesn't seem excessive, I guess. It should really be zero warmth realistically, like it should be cold, so I'm not sure. Gonna have to redig into the ice pump, it seems. I don't know if I'm gonna make that a video or not. I'll just show you guys what happens when it happens, but yeah. Glad we caught it when we did, but yeah, the pump totally shut off during the end of that pull. And very interesting. I think what happened is it actually got hot enough to turn the relay off. So I don't know. But that's more or less going to do it for this video. So it is what it is, guys. All right, so we're back at the garage. I just wanted to go over a couple things. I'm not going to dive into any troubleshooting tonight, but that pump wire getting hot and seeing the pattern of where the flow just kind of cut off. I mean, the flow didn't cut off, but the temps shot up pretty solid during third gear. I noticed that same kind of spike during a lot of the pulls we did. Doing the 60 to 130 pull in the temp test video, toward the top of fourth or mid fourth, it still had that same kind of like shoot up issue. So I'm not entirely sure what's going on there. There's a couple different reasons. The pump is used, so it could be old and has resistance going on in the pump. That would definitely cause the wiring to get warm, I think. A couple other things. I did underpower the fuse originally when I put this together. It needed a 25 amp and I put a 15 amp in the fuse relay that came with the came off Amazon, so that was weird. The discoloration of the wires is from heat. So they were a nice, fresh, shiny copper when I put them together, and no contamination got in there because there's shrink wrap over that, and you can see like there's no way contamination got underneath there in the trunk to like water corrosion or anything. So I don't know why that connection got hot. That's my biggest concern as to why it's hot there. And the rest of the wires are pretty warm on either side, but it is definitely that connection, something's up. So I don't know, maybe it didn't have a good mesh. The motor's either getting hot for some reason, or the other option is potentially the ground isn't great on the ground source. So there's a couple things to dive into, and I'm going to be troubleshooting that. I don't know if I'm going to make a video on it or not. Let me know if you guys are interested down in the comments, or maybe I'll just, probably what I'm going to do is just show you what I find out when the time eventually comes. But I'm going to grab a multimeter, test out the pump, and a couple other things to kind of see what's going on. If the pump is bad, I am planning to upgrade probably. I'm not a huge fan of the Rule style pump. I'd rather do if I had to be a crapshoot between the Rule and a different pump, kind of as I see them parallel / a little better. There's a couple graphs out there Department of Boost put together and a couple other things like that. The 1314 GT500 stock pump, when given full power, whole story, you have to read up on it, but basically the factory harness doesn't do that. You can give it full power and it actually outperforms gallons per minute wise a lot of other pumps on the market, basically short of the big boy pump, which I think it's the EMP. EMP is the big one, but that needs 1-inch lines for sure, which I'm not there yet. So I don't know, guys, we shall see, but something's definitely up with this pump and I'm gonna figure it out and then we get back out there. Second gear also being an issue. I'm not sure if I'm gonna drag race the car anymore until that transmission gets sorted out. Honestly, it's just not fun right now. Not being able to hit second reliably has been kind of a pain in the butt. So I'm gonna take some time, figure everything out, and probably not come back at it in terms of drag racing until everything's sorted out and it's good to go. So it causes more stress than good, and I'm not racing for money. I'm out here paying money to do everything. Doesn't really add up. But once again, that's gonna do it for this video. I appreciate you guys for watching and sticking through that couple painful outing. The last run we did wasn't too bad. Mile per hour was 198, and the previous one, or 98, and my previous one with the terrible launch was 97. And timing wise, third gear is limited to 16 degrees the whole time, whereas usually it creeps up to 17 and a half, 18. So I have a strong suspicion that we would have mile per hour a little bit faster, maybe in the 100, but it is what it is. So definitely have some work to do, and my launch is not as great as I thought it was. I was pretty consistent 1.6s last time out. We had 1.167 and then a 1.90 and then a 1.72. Just a lot of work to be done. So sorry for rambling. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Got some stuff to figure out.